Here are 5 reasons why WWE fans want to see AJ Lee return to the company. In this video, I'm going to list all 5 reasons why they want to see this and whether or not I actually think that AJ Lee will return to the company in which she left in 2015. Now, keep in mind, there was 2 reasons that she left WWE. One, it was due to the fact that her husband had left a year prior, had a severe falling out with WWE, released on his wedding day, and ultimately faced a lawsuit from their doctor. And then it was also due to her severe neck issues, in which she has not wrestled since. Now, there's been a recent push to have AJ Lee return to WWE, and it is something in which I hope actually happens. Let's break down 5 reasons why fans want to see it. Number 1, she's a trailblazer of the women's revolution. I always say you had the women's revolution, evolution, and now the golden era. Well, AJ Lee, she was one of the pioneers of women's wrestling during a time in which the division wasn't taken very seriously. She brought attention to the women's wrestling with her standout promos and ring skills and dedication. Fans view her as the bridge between the Divas era and the women's revolution and want to see her mix it up with who are around right now that she helped inspire. That leads us to number 2. She has dream matches with today's top stars. AJ Lee's return would open up a world of dream matches with WWE's current stars. Your Baileys, your Charlotte Flairs, your Asukas, your Rhea Ripleys, your Bianca Belairs, your Liv Morgans, your Jade Cargills, Tiffany Strattons, etc. Fans want to see how AJ's unique style and fierce energy would clash with today's talent in matches that would further elevate the division. Number 3, how about unfinished storylines and potential feuds? AJ Lee left NWW abruptly in 2015, leaving some storylines unresolved, or just memorable feuds in which she had previously that she could run back. Others, they see AJ Lee as the shining bright light on a division in which has never been more loaded. Her return could ignite some past feuds and spark some new ones, especially given the shift in the division's status and talent level. Number 4, ironic persona and promo skills. AJ Lee's crazy chick persona and her excellent promo skills made her a standout in WWE. Known for her mic work and ability to captivate the audience, fans miss her energy and want to see her bring back the personality to WWE programming, potentially in an edgy personal rivalries. Her authenticity could help drive deeper, more engaging storylines. Number 5, well, it's CM Punk's connection. Since AJ Lee's husband, CM Punk, left WWE, went to AEW, and returned to WWE, well, fans have been speculating about AJ Lee potentially joining him in WWE for a power couple dynamic. Now, keep in mind that this was the same thing that AJ Lee faced and CM Punk faced when he went to AEW. As soon as he joined AEW, fans were like, oh, was AJ Lee going to come? Is she going to join him? Is she going to come out of retirement? Britt Baker publicly pushed for it. There was a lot of dream matches over there for AJ Lee with AEW's current talent. Obviously, CM Punk, he's no longer with AEW and now is with WWE. So, could he have a little bit of influence over his wife? Could he go and say, hey, hun, do you want to come back? Do you want to do one more match? WWE reportedly is very open to the idea of having AJ Lee return to the company. Seemingly just having the door wide open, waiting on her to just return and walk through the door. A return by AJ Lee would be meaningful in the long term, in the long run, for longtime fans and new viewers alike, as she's seen as an iconic figure who left the ring too soon. Whether for dream matches, character-driven storylines, or simply nostalgia of seeing her again, AJ Lee's potential return is one of the most anticipated what-ifs in women's wrestling today. Do you think AJ Lee will return to WWE? Now, I've previously talked about this, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'll go back and forth on it. I think in this day and age, we will see a AJ Lee return to WWE. But I don't think it's exactly what you think it could be or how it should be. I think most fans think that she'll return in an epic way, cut a just absolute fire promo and feud with some of the biggest stars that WWE has to offer. Very similar to her husband in CM Punk. However, I don't see that. I think AJ Lee is comfortable in her skin. She's comfortable in her spot in her life. She's an author, and she works on Hollywood projects. movies, television shows, etc. She also has charitable activities. She's been out the game for almost a decade. Why would she want to necessarily return full-time? That absolutely will not happen. Part-time like her husband, I would give that a 50-50 shot. What I think is 80% certain, I could absolutely see two things happening. I could see AJ Lee returning for one more match. We saw this most recently with Dave Bautista, right? He came back for the Triple H match at WrestleMania 35 after being away for years. Have her return, WrestleMania match, epic feud. You can go down the list. Do you want it to be against a Charlotte Flair? Maybe a Bayley? Maybe a Jade Cargill? Maybe a Rhea Ripley? I don't know. You don't either. Pick a litter, right? It's the roster is loaded. Or I could see, just as a one-off, just for fun, no pressure, her making a surprise appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble match. She goes in there, she does some offense, she's in there for 5 minutes, right? And then she's out. I could see that as well. We've seen that with countless stars in the past. Which would I prefer? Well, I think it's pretty obvious, and I think most people would agree. If we're going to do it, if we're going to see AJ Lee return, if she's going to put on the boots one more time, she's going to walk out to that squared circle and perform under them bright lights in front of the biggest fan base in pro wrestling, I think it should be for one more run. I don't necessarily want to see her in the Royal Rumble, and I don't necessarily want to see her back for one match. I would like to see her have a run. Think of Trish Stratus in 2023. She returns. She does a tag team title run with her best friend. She aligns herself with Becky Lynch. She goes heel. She goes back to her roots. She feuds with Becky Lynch. She helps put over Becky Lynch. She helps put over Zoe Stark, even though they didn't do anything with her afterwards. What a waste. And then, in my opinion, I hope Trish doesn't come back. She had several perfect walk-away moments, whether it be her first retirement, whether it be 2019 Toronto Charlotte Flair SummerSlam, or against Becky Lynch inside of a steel cage and had a really fun run. I want to see her come back, AJ Lee that being, for one more run. That's fun, that's notable, that's serious, that's memorable. And then she rides off into the sunset. She never wrestles again. That's, in my world, that's the perfect scenario. Whether or not it'll happen, whether or not AJ Lee's open to it, we'll have to see. But if I got the pen and paper, if I got the magic wand, that's what I'm doing. Let me know down in the comments here below, how would you book AJ Lee's WWE return? I'm very intrigued to seeing what you guys have to say down below.